Welcome back to Hippie Bliss Travel. Today we are heading out to hike part of Forest Park. We went hiking the day after a bad storm. The day before was a bad rainstorm with high winds with gust up to 50 miles an hour. Some power outages and downed trees. Forest Park is in the Portland West Hills, and the West Hills are notorious for downed power lines and tree branches during storms, so it wasn't surprising. Forest Park is part of the Portland Park System. It is over 5,000 acres, 80 miles of trails, and 40 access points. The park is 8 miles long and 1 mile blah, 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 1 mile wide. Some Google facts about Forest Park. It is the largest urban forested park in the continental U.S., and it opened to the public in 1876. The south side of Forest Park starts at Pittock Mansion, where there is a fantastic view overlooking Portland. You can hike the trails from the mansion to the north side of Forest Park, 8 miles north. The hubby and I are hoping to get in shape enough to hike the whole trail from north to south one day. Today, we went out hiking on the north side of the park where it's less busy with people. Yeah, they kind of have maps along the way on the trails to show you where you're at, but there's so many trails you could follow, and we just happened to go out one that has a good view overlooking the Willamette River at one point. Down by the Pittock Mansion and kind of on one side of the park, it's much more busier with cars and with people in general. But out here on the north end, we're not on the farthest north end, but we're kind of out there on the other side of the park. There wasn't a whole lot of people this day. Some days there is, but I think there was other car when we pulled in. And as we were getting out, a lady with her dog. Yeah, the lady with the dog was finishing up their hike, and they got in the car as we were putting on our backpacks and getting ready to head out on the hike. We did pass another couple with a dog on the trail, and then as we were almost back to the car, we passed another jogger. But his car wasn't parked where ours was, but he could have been parked at one of the other access points along the way. They have signs as you're driving along. It says Forest Park, and it has an arrow, 300 yards or something where it's a pull-off area, and it's got a trail down into the forest park where you could hike all over. You could spend days hiking here. Yeah, here we are passing, or the other couple's passing us on the trail. Yeah, we stopped and chatted with them. I guess they come out frequently and walk the dog, and they'd asked how many times we've been out. And on this part of the trail, it was my first time, my husband's second time. But yeah, it's an easy hike. I know we have the hiking poles with us, but in the relatively grand scheme of things, it was there was uphills and downhills, but overall it was a very nice trail. And from the viewpoint where we're heading, on a clear day, you can see, you know, Mount St. Helens, Adams, and sometimes Mount Rainier. It was a cloudy day, so we didn't get to see any of those this time, but other days you get spectacular views of them. And here we are coming up to what is the viewpoint, which was kind of our stopping point for the day. There's some picnic tables, and you can get a nice overview of, I guess it'd be North Portland. You're looking north, Portland, and then across the up on the like would be the horizon is Vancouver, Washington. Let me get something to drink out of the.
What?
Let's come to the picnic table for a moment. I was gonna get something to drink.
Okay.
So you say, would you go that way down to?
Yeah, I think I would take the BPA road because it'll follow the power lines most of the way.
Okay.
Although I'd love to come out here and figure out where Fire Lane 13 goes too one day, but really kind of got to go.
Yeah, looking at this picture, the river that is kind of straight down the bottom of the hill is the Willamette one. And then kind of up in the left-hand corner there, there's another river, that's the Columbia River. And then on the other side of the Columbia River is Vancouver, Washington. So it's kind of where the Willamette and Columbia meet is in the picture there. As we were standing at the viewpoint, like I said, you could hear some wind gusts coming up in the trees. And so we thought, well, we'll start heading back. And then we lost our nice, bright, sunny sky, and it went back to overcast and some sprinkles now and then. It didn't like downpour or anything on the way back. But this is just the hike back to the car. Yeah, this is at sped up speed, but yeah, there is some uphill climbs and some downhill. But overall, this kind of how the path is the whole way. It's in very good shape overall. And back into the trees on the way back. The hike today took us probably maybe about an hour and a half. By the time we got out there, we looked at the view and came back. This is our first of many that we're probably going to do in Forest Park because we do want to build up our getting a little more physically fit out here because there's some other hikes I want to do outside of Oregon that we need to get in shape for. I did turn the volume down because otherwise you would be at least listening to me huff and puff on the way, especially at the top of the hills. After we got back, we went out to lunch at the McMenamins Rock Creek Tavern. It's just outside of Beaverton, Hillsboro. And it's kind of out, not near anything other than some houses and stuff. But we're thinking, oh, it's a Tuesday. It's going to be slow because they're out there by themselves. No, it was busy. We had to kind of wait for them to clear a table for us. The food is always, it's a McMenamins food. It's burgers. It's, Cajun tots are there. We always get those when we're there. And I've always come out here for where I used to work. We'd all, get together and go out and celebrate stuff once in a while. We'd always go out there. They did have signs posted. I think it's Tuesday. It's Irish music. No, Tuesday it's like bluegrass, and Sundays I think it's Irish music that they have. But the food is always delicious. It's been a while since we've been out there. Thank you for watching Hippie Bliss Travel. If you made it to the end, give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.